morning. Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw-Doering, and today we're going to do an Ask Me Anything. Get over the comments. I do have some thoughts. I don't have much new Gentel, but we're going to touch on it. I don't have anything written down, but kind of woke up late today and didn't have time to go into meditation. Hello, good morning, everyone. I see you're all in there. I'm trying out the new glasses. I'm supposed to be able to drive and read with these. Not happy about it with the whole progressive thing because they're like, well, why don't you try these progressives? And I'm like, why don't you just tell me I'm old? So here we are with the new glasses. A little bit of glare. See how it goes. Let's see. So for Gentel today, I asked a little bit. I've just got this sneaky suspicion that we are going to see an increase in the amount of terrorist activity around the world and here in the United States, at least for the next week, couple weeks, even more maybe. I don't like it. We usually see things like this, shootings and stuff like that, and I'm not trying to diminish how horrible those are by saying it's planned, but it is. Usually during an election year, we'll see things like this. All of a sudden, like my first thought with the parade, the Super Bowl parade was, why'd you go to a parade right now? The Super Bowl, you've got all kinds of security, but something like that out in the open with everybody and too many people to keep track of, probably not a good idea. I mean, I'm not one to spread fear. That is not my job. My job is to calm the fears. But I think we need to be careful right now. We need to think about what we're doing, where we're going, and just be aware. No, we don't have to hide in our houses and be afraid of everything, but we really do need to think about where we're gathering, what's going on, because we've got an election year and we've got the RV. We are that close to the RV, and every bad guy and their mother's trying to stop it, whatever they can right now. We've got our government trying to send more money when our country is about to crash financially. Interesting. To other countries. And so we're going to see more things happen in those countries to justify those payments in your mind. So it's just kind of, as I look out across the landscape, I'm kind of getting a little nervous about what we're going to see or what we're going to see in the news. So it is very telling. And being this close to changing our entire financial system, which is the power, the real power that they have, other than controlling you with your own thoughts in your mind. They don't want that to happen. And so they're going to pull out whatever minions are left to create chaos to try and stop that last minute. As of now, as far as the RV is concerned, I do think it is still scheduled. I heard that we're going to, from Gabriel, I heard that, more news about that this afternoon. I'm hoping it's notifications. That'd be great. Thank you, God. Well, we'll see what happens. I feel like we're going to see more activity in Israel. I feel like we're going to see whatever was going on in Iraq with Michael told us yesterday about drone attacks, drone war. It's putting major players at risk. They found the culprit. There are 2 in hiding now, and the situation should be handled yesterday. If not, the release of new public rate will be delayed until Friday or next week. Well, Friday or next week I'm fine with, as long as it's Friday or next week. Because people's lives are in danger. And important people that need to do everybody's important, okay? But important people that need to do important things to get this done. And so it was important that they stop those threats. Now, interesting thing from yesterday's Gentel is there may be an interruption of services. I said, what services? Phone and internet. Look out for that. I don't know if it's sporadic. I don't know if it's a certain country. And I don't know why it was important to tell me that. Maybe it's for me. I'm hoping not. But it'll give me a day off probably. But anything like that's not going to last for long. Okay. So right now, touch and go situation. Do not live in fear. Just be aware of your surroundings. Probably not a good idea to attend something with a whole bunch of people outside with not a lot of security right now. That's just an opportunity for them to create a bad situation to put on the news, to encourage everybody either to vote for liberals, because this is a bad situation and you have to vote us in because you're in danger. You have to take their guns away. We've seen that every election cycle. And it's unfortunate and it's terrible. And we'll pray for those that are involved. But as for things being stopped right now, still underway. Just keep an eye out at the news. Keep an eye out at what they're planning. You can really kind of tell what they're setting up if you pay attention. And now somebody asked me about Grassley, why he would vote for more aid. Well, he was told to do so. Why? Has spending all this money and putting us further in debt helped to crash the economy and the dollar so that we can move over to a new system? Yeah. So you got deep cover people who are told to do things that don't look good, but they're not bad. Okay. And I do not believe that Grassley's bad. Mm-mm. I've always seen him as the one who steps in after the change, after the current resident is pulled out. So we've seen a lot of talk and action to get that going now. So we've got foreshadowing. We've got the RV coming. That's got to be done behind the scenes. Okay. We'll get that taken care of, get everybody done, or almost done, and then they'll probably pull them out for whatever reason they decide is best. And then we'll go to gold. And I got a while back that would be at least by May, the going to gold, the new currency, everything. But during that time, who knows? Approximately, that's probably the timeline. And we don't know what we're going to encounter in between the RV and the going to gold. It might be pretty turbulent. So we want to stay on our toes. And it's interesting that in personal readings about with the yearly forecast, I did see people kind of laying low for that time. And I thought, well, it must be NDAs. It must be They don't have access to money, but it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like they didn't have access to money. Yeah, there is some kind of delay, but it just kind of felt like a sitting back watching and waiting. And then I saw everybody emerging summertime and starting to move around, and a lot of happy. So let's stay positive. Let's not jump to a place of fear. Um, then how do we do that? How do we do that? Thoughts over coffee. That's how let me tell you how to do that. Now, am I an expert at this? No. Have I tried it? Yeah. Have I done well? Yes. Have I failed? Absolutely. Absolutely, on a regular basis. So, I've been learning about God-centered conscious creation, from God, Jesus, the archangels, I believe that's what I'm supposed to teach someday. And so as I learn it, I teach it to you, which is probably not smart. But I don't care. You guys will forget, and I'll put a book out, and you'll remember, and it'll be better in the book. But the other day, when I was teaching somebody else, and you really want to know something, you really want to learn something, teach somebody else. Because that's when you really get it. That's when it really sinks in. So so far I've taught you guys to have your promise necklace and to see that moment in time, a very short period moment of time. It's just a blip. It's just a scene in your movie, in your personal story, in your reality. And to feel that moment, but in a way that you want it created, a positive moment. And see it and feel it. Like, let's say you're worried about somebody coming home. Like if you've got a child that drives and you're like, oh God, please bring them home safely to me. And then you're worried and you're obsessing and you've gone all the way from them having a flat tire to, the car falling off a cliff or something. And you're just a mess, right? So what you want to do is create that moment where you see them walking in the door, just that small snippet, and then you say, thank you, God. And you put that into, and you say, be, thank you, God. So what you're doing is you're pairing together with God to create that positive moment in your reality. Your story's half written. There are very important things that will happen that you wrote before you came here. But the rest, like I've always said, and it didn't make sense why I was saying this, but now it does. Your story basically is the trunk and the branches. It's all your leaves once you're here. And those leaves are created by choice. And so it's really stepping into a place of wisdom to understand that we can choose how to act, how to react, and how to feel. And let's say you're praying for peace. You're praying for happiness in your household. But every opportunity we take to worry or to envision negative things happening, or they'll say this and I'll say that, and then you run these scenarios through your head, and you're staying centered in what you don't want, really. So let's say, so you're praying for peace, and let's say everything's fine that day. And I told a student this the other day, and I thought her and I were like, thought it was pretty good. Okay. Okay, so let's say you're praying for peace and you're the mom, okay? Because we're moms and that was our perspective. And so you're in the kitchen and you're making dinner and you're like, oh, what a lovely day. Everybody's okay. Nobody's fighting. I'm making a lovely dinner, And the husband comes up and says, I got the laundry out of the dryer for you and I folded it and I'm going to put it in the room. And you're like, now, that's the moment, isn't it? Because you know damn well you asked him to do that for like 5 days in a row and it didn't happen and you left it there because you were mad because he didn't do it. And then today, without being asked again, he just did it. Was that answered prayers? Was that peace? Was that happiness in your family? Yes, it was. Are you going to sabotage it now? Most likely. Most likely. So, me, being a smartass, would probably think, oh, first off, I'd be like, oh, thank you. And then I'd turn around and make the dinner and I'd be like, well, so it's not like I asked you 5 times, but, okay, today, you're a hero because you actually did it on the 6th day. No, we're not going to do that anymore. Okay. No, it's not denying our feelings. It's choosing to be a part of that creation of peace in your family by letting the days before go and enjoying and experiencing that peaceful day. See, we always have an opportunity on how we want to act or react. In this situation, as we look across the landscape and we see all these reports of shootings or bombings or scary activities. We have a choice whether we want to stay in a place of fear and let that fester and create more fear and create more fear, or choose to create a situation where that is not near you and does not affect you. It's not walking around being oblivious to everything that's going on in the world. We've been taught that we have to fight every moment, and every time you have a feeling, you have to act on it. Well, where's that gotten us? There's a moment. There are layers to thought. If you really sit and think about it, there's a moment in between the energetic thought. Before there's the energetic thought, and then we translate how we're feeling, what that energy feels like, what's going on in our body. Think about things that happened before, and then we put it into language in our own head. It's that space between that energetic thought that is translated into language and the actual saying it in your head. And then you've got where after you say it in your head, you decide. You have another thought, well, I'm going to act on this and I'm going to say something or say it out loud. Okay? It's in between the translation of that energetic thought. And when we say that language in our head, that we choose. That is where the choice of creation is made. And if we realize that, we can stop dead in our tracks. First of all, you have to decide, do you really want peace in your household? Does that mean you lay down and you're a doormat? No. But we go back to, people saying choose your battles. It's really about what you would like to experience next. Okay? So, the husband got the laundry out of the dryer. He actually folded it and he put it in the room. It's like mark the calendar. And you asked him to do it 5 days in a row and you didn't do it. Does it really matter now? I mean, if that happened again, could you address that situation? Yeah. But today you were praying for peace and you were praying for happiness in your household. Could you sabotage that happiness by turning around to the husband? So it's like, well, thank you. I mean, it's only 6 days. Yes, you could. Because what you do is you trigger him. And that energy is felt in the household. No matter what you do, it will start affecting everybody around. Now the kids are fighting. And now everything's, now there's one side comment after another, and oh, Jesus, I asked you for happiness and I asked you for peace. Jesus going to interfere with your free will? No, because the choice was made. No, right now I want to fight and I want to experience fighting. So It's kind of like we've been going through our lives and not realizing that ever so often there's that demon there, and they throw you the ball. And what did Jesus say? He said, turn the other cheek. And he taught a lot about that. And we didn't, and some people translate that as, oh, well, just be passive and don't fight and don't do all this stuff and let everybody do everything. No. It's choosing not to catch the ball. It's diffusing the situation. Do you truly want peace? If you truly want peace, then be peaceful. And that's a thinker, and that's process. And yeah, are we gonna achieve that? Yeah. Are we gonna fail? Yeah. It's gonna be hard. That one's hard. But if you're really serious about what you pray for, you got to start in your own mind, and you have to understand that you made a choice, whether to dwell in it, whether to let it go, whether to be an example and lead by example and be the peace within your household that you wish to see. Same thing with fear. Don't catch the ball. Be an observer. See it for what it is. Now, when you suggest things to people like this, they always go to the extreme, to the opposite, to the fearful thought. Well, I can't just walk around and act like nothing bothers me. I have feelings. I have emotions. I can't just, walk around like nothing's ever going to happen and put myself in danger. You're not going to do that. Okay? You live long enough. You're not going to do that. The problem here is that everybody acts on every emotion. And then they open up the file cabinet of all the reasons why they have that emotion. And these conflicts within the family, at work, these pains, the pains of loss, fester and continue on. And there's always some shadow figured bad guy standing next to you who just threw you the ball. And you catch it. You got to stop catching the ball. Okay? And that's my thoughts over the coffee for today. Oh, one more thing. The how. In that moment, in between the energetic thought and the language, what I do, how do you stop it? Do you sit there for 10 minutes and figure out how am I going to react now? No, it's a really fast thing. It's so fast that we don't even realize it. The best way is when you feel yourself going to have that fearful thought, that negative thought, that damaging thought. That's, some people go so far as to get on the internet. They've got negative thoughts to get on the internet, and everybody's in the chat room saying, oh, we're so excited and we're positive, we're happy, and everything's great. And they get on there, nothing's ever going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, you know what? Go cry in a pillow. Because I don't want to hear that. When you are in that moment, your brain works really fast. You can process this really fast. And when you feel that negative thought forming, stop. What I say is no in my mind immediately. No. Like with the husband. Well, well, thank you very much. No. Thank you, God, for the peaceful day. Get back on track in creating what you would like to see. Okay, that's thoughts for coffee over day. All right, so now what we're going to do is get this off of there. Let's put up the website. That'd probably be smart. Okay, on the website today, I do have a couple specials going on. I've got a medical intuitive reading. It's one of my strongest gifts. It's along with Jesus, take head to toe, everything I see going on in your body. And then he gives me advice on you take that information back to your doctor to find the root of the problem. That's my thing. Okay. Right now I've got that, and you also get a free healing. It's a half an hour reading. That's why a lot of people come to me, is so that they can find out what's wrong and take it to the doctor and figure it out. So that is up on the website, jenniferfallaw.com right now. And if you get that package for the medical intuitive reading, you can get a free healing after that. I do that in meditation. And I email you when you're done. Also, we have the past life reading. It's just kind of fun. But the way I do past life readings is I really, I'm always trying to be constructive. And, we look for any lifetime that you experience that connects to this one, that would influence this life, and anything that's important to know that would help you move forward in a positive direction, solve any fears, phobias, anything like that. Excuse me, I hate this shirt. It seems to be falling down a little too low. On the air. All right. So, the past life reading is a half an hour. It's on sale right now. I'm going to take both of these things down. I will always offer the medical intuitive reading, of course, but you won't always get a free healing with it. So it's really cool, because once we evaluate everything, then I know, and I go and do the healing. And, of course, it's God, Jesus, do the healing. I'm just a girl that walks in and says, can we do this for them? All right. So go to jenniferfallaw.com and get those today, because I'm probably taking them down. I think I said Friday night, or today, and tomorrow is the last day to get that. All right. So let's go to the comments. We're going to do an Ask Me Anything. And hopefully I can see it with my new glasses. Dink. All right. Oh, if I tilt my head up, I can see it with the new glasses, because I think they don't fit right. So we'll see how that goes. And who's this dude? Hang on. I don't know how to block people. Oh, crap. I think I hit the wrong one. If you got blocked, email me. It moved. Huh. Oh, you know what? Quit talking about Phil G. I don't want to hear any crap about that. Loser. All right. Now let's get to it. Okay, I didn't get to see all your comments and questions. Please ask again. Let's get it in where I can find it. I need time to set up a mod, but I have not done that yet. All right. What do we got? Sarah, my little dog Layla. Leah. Yep. Glasses. Is that an L or yeah? It's yeah. Rash on the belly. Let me ask Jesus. Let's see. It's not really an allergic reaction. It looks more like some kind of organism on the skin. So I would say parasites, or maybe even fungal. Maybe they could test it. Maybe they could take a little piece or something and test it at the vet. It's something that's almost kind of like psoriasis that a human would get, where, you scratch it and it grows. you know? Okay. How long? Well, that depends on you. How long after the RV appointment will we have full access to our funds? What I always saw was that you're going to have the opportunity to get like a 1% loan with the participating bank that's going to handle your large account that connects to your treasury account. And this is just my psychic information. I saw a delay in establishing. Oh, you want to know full access? Full access is when we go to gold. Okay. So the bank will, that's where the whole 1% comes in, because they're like, okay, well, we can give you like basically a no payment loan until such time as we go to gold. Like I said, I feel like it was just a month or two. Definitely by May, something about May. So if you need it, get the 1% loan, because I don't think it's like a payment loan. Like you're going to get stuck like, oh, I took $1 million. Now I have payment on $1 million loan, or 5 million, I think it's basically just paid off as soon as you transfer funds. They can transfer funds from the treasury into that account. It's an advance. Put an offer in place. Will I get the place? The other one that was, or the other one that was my first pick. The other one. Problems with the place that you put an offer on. So it may go back and forth with that. All right. Our med bed's real, and will we have access in? I was never one ever to jump on board with like clones and med beds and all that stuff. But over time, with people asking me questions in the readings, I've gotten information. Actually, years ago, somebody asked me about the med beds, and it's when I first started hearing about it. And what I saw was that they were real, and there was like 200 of them or something that were confiscated from the bad guys, whoever that was, and they were over in some kind of big warehouse over in Europe. And over time, they had to recalibrate that for the average human being, maybe a DNA, different kinds of DNA, and test it and possibly make more. So I do believe they're real. We know, and I know, that when I go into the healing room, the highest of vibration is the light. It is love. It is God's light. It is the element of creation. It is the element that houses all others. So when I think what they've done, and I really don't know, but if you found a way to increase the vibration of the energy and put that into somebody's body and tell it what to do, is exactly what we're doing in the healing room. And if they found a way to artificially do that, and the bad guys would have started out with that, probably getting it from some, more intelligent race, then they found a way to bypass God and create their own healing. But the average human being, compared to somebody terribly evil, is going to be a higher vibration in itself. And so they probably found a way to do it without actually raising their personal vibration too much, because then they'd be liking love and goodness and all those other things, wouldn't they? So it's a very interesting topic. I do believe they're real. I think they, now they've changed them so it's more like a synthetic way of receiving God's healing. And from people who probably pray and pair up with God and ask for it. So I do believe they're real. Last I heard, it's looking like 25. Possibly going to see it coming out for maybe early entrance late 24, but I'm really seeing it for most people in 25. I don't know. What's happening at Buckingham Palace with all the media? I didn't see any of those reports. They want to know where Charles is. And I think somebody might have got in there. I don't know. Let me see. I'm not shooting into Buckingham Palace, okay? Bad place. Not on the fly like this. That would have to be a meditation. Let's see. Maybe a week. It may be around a week before we see some kind of announcement. Okay. Headed to a horse auction this Saturday. I'm wondering if I should bid on a few horses I've been eyeballing. Thank you. Well, I can't make your decisions for you. Pray about it. Say, God, I would really, like a new horse in my life. Can you lead me to the one that make me the most happiest? The most happiest? I can't make that decision for you. This whole talk, yes, the prices of things are going to fall, but that's going to happen gradually. But initially, when we go, why people say 1950s prices is because initially, when you go from the fiat dollar over to the gold standard or the gold backed dollar, is what I thought is one fiat dollar or one gold backed dollar equals 27 fiat dollars. So if you're driving by and there's a house you want and it's $1 million, how much was that in 1950? I don't know, like around $37,000. That's the difference you're going to see. So they'll either put it up in gold backed dollars and it'll be like $37,000 gold backs, U.S. notes, and the fiat dollars would be $1 million. Okay, so there's going to be a period of time in this transition where we see both prices, and if my $27 each is correct, you would, like, let's say you go to the store and you want to buy a $27 t-shirt. Okay, there would also be a price there for $1 t-shirt, but it is not a dollar, it is the US note. So one note, $27. So that's why they say, well, we're going to go down to like 1950 prices. Well, initially, yeah, that's what it's going to look like. That's what's going to look like. But though that inflation will fall, but I think that part of it happens gradually. Okay, let's see what else we got. Sonny, when do you see me getting a new job? I don't know why, Sonny, but it says the fall. Feels more like a new direction. That's good news. I'm hoping you're involved in the RV, and that's why. Well, she's just saying the son's fiance can allow him to see his children within a month or two. No. I'd like to say yes, but no. That situation is very complicated. Lucy suffering from allergies, swollen eyes. Now with the cats, I've seen one of those cats has got the kind of hair that bothers you. Okay, now I've got 2 cats. Charlie doesn't bother anybody. Nobody's allergic to him in the house. But Peanut, outdoor cat, her hair is a lot different than Charlie. And so I don't really know what that's about. Somebody else might know. But if my husband picks up Peanut, he's just all swollen and sneezing and everything else. And so there are differences. So yeah, I would say one of the cats is bothering. But I'll sniff them all. Pick them up and see which one bothers you, and then you know, okay, I have to wash my hands and not touch my face if I pet this cat. Spirit Fairy. I asked because I don't know. I'm trying to make a connection to you. Funding for humanitarian. Looks like you submit 2. 1 comes up first. I think there's a chance of both of them being approved. I don't know if you have like 5, but there's 2 that get approved. But one of them you pass on because it's just going to be too much. It's going to be too complicated. You end up with 1. Christine. They do. They're just really hardened. They do accept you as that. Okay. Traveling back to Chicago next week for my granddaughter's birthday. Anything I should be aware of? Yeah, and that's, yeah. Let's take a look. Your path is pretty clear. Just stay aware. Don't see any big questionable individuals. Just use your instincts. But your path of travel, I don't see. It's not like everything's going to be like exploding all around us and terrorist activity everywhere. I mean, we just don't know, you know. Just be aware of your surroundings. Be safe. Really looking at like large events, a lot of people, not a lot of security, stuff like that, you know. You want to stay away from. As far as airlines and things like that, you got lots of security there. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay. Stephen, extremely bad pain on the left side. Can you tell me what's going on? Yeah, you did pull a muscle. Now, because it's coming from the back side of the rib cage there, you know, if you really should have it looked at. We just want to make sure it's not any kind of organ or anything. But I do see like back down there, just below the rib cage there, you pulled a muscle. And so that's radiating around. Okay, Lily. Ron's dog Lily slowing down. No, not any real concern. She's just getting older. And that's what you're seeing. Stiffy. Did I just say that? Achy, stiff, tired sometimes, digestive issues. So we just want to start supplementing and understanding that the dog is getting older, you know, just slowing down. Oh my God. Frozen jaw for 3 weeks from a Novocaine shot. I knew that stuff wasn't good. Do you see what's going on when it loosens up? They hit a nerve. Go back in there. Sue the hell out of them. They hit a nerve. Go to the doctor. Let's see. Okay, Kimberly, shoulder. Is it arthritis? Let me see the shoulder. You do have a little bit of the crusty things in the joint there, but it's not the only problem. I think that I'm led back across the back. You're out of place. It slips in and out of place. You got something going on with the spine. No. No. But they are very close in heaven. They're not. That's not your dad reincarnated. Now, what is this? The 1%, will the banks finance the house I want for the amount? You're only going to wait like a month or two. It's basically just if you've got some situations right now or just to have money on hand. I don't think it's like a year or 6 months or anything to wait for full access. I really don't think, unless you're already wealthy, that they will do more than 1%. I think it has a lot more to do with the amount of people they're doing 1% for and not putting out too many funds at once. Okay. I actually chose a couple people already. I'm waiting to hear back from them. I need their credentials. Sue Jones. I need your, I think it's YouTube account information to put you in as a moderator. I believe that's what I have to do. But if you would like to be a moderator, send me an email and your YouTube. I really kind of like to go with people that I've already known for a long time. And Sue Jones been admin for my big group over on Facebook for many years. But I really, we should have some other people because people can't be here. I really think that your son feels like you can't handle them, or he's afraid the dogs are just going to hurt you or wear you down or something like that. So I really don't see them giving them back right now. I think they believe it's for your own good. Oh, yeah, I answered that. I think we're looking at 2025. Let's see. All right. Ban that person. All right. Let's get some interesting questions, guys. Mary Gold. We all love Mary Gold. Mary Gold has a prayer group on Telegram. And she's praying for everybody every day. So if you need help, you need prayers, join her there. Probably could go to Fallawsophy on Telegram first to find her. Unless, Mary, you want to put your link in the comments. To see a vacation home in Lake Tahoe in my future. Ooh, that would be cool. That's a couple of years off. 2 or 3. You do something over in that area as like a family retreat. All right, what are we doing on time? Three-year-old grandson, Denise. 3-year-old grandson is acting strange, like he's scared. I don't know. Well, there's two things happening. He did watch something that scared him that probably wouldn't scare like adults, and we wouldn't think anything of it, but he did watch something on TV that scared him. Had a nightmare of dark figures standing in the corner, and then saw something. Oh, yeah, we got a dark. Okay. Probably need another house cleanse. Young children up to the age, sometimes they say 7, but I've really seen it with mine up to the age of 5. They see things. I think they remember a certain amount, a little bit more than we do because they just came from heaven, and I think it's kind of like, they'll see loved ones that are visiting, they'll see people's angels, they'll see people's guides, the things Faith used to say to me. My daughter Faith, Mommy, did you just see that lady walk through the kitchen table and through the kitchen sink? And I'm like, that was probably just a spirit. I said, was it black? And she said, no. I said, was it brown? And she said, no. And I said, was it white? And she says, yeah. And I'm like, it's probably fine. And I would just treat it like normal behavior. And she never lost it. Now she sees spirits confirmed by me because I'll tune in and we'll describe the thing back and forth to each other. And if Faith says she saw something, she saw something. All right. You don't question that. She don't mess around. She doesn't fake it. I have been proven wrong by her many times. And if that girl ever decides to embrace her gift, she's 24 today. Faith Marie, my precious baby. First baby, 24. Can't believe it. She says she saw something. She saw something. If she ever chooses to embrace that, she will be one of the best mediums I have ever seen in my life. And I'm hard to impress. I'm serious. I could tell you stories, never doubt that the soul lives on again. Cool stuff. But get the house cleansed. I saw a little shadow figure, and it's very common for things to follow people home. You have friends over, you went to the store, whatever. Somebody was standing next to you, and they said, "Oh, fresh meat," and they follow you home. So there's a few things going on with him. So he's just kind of scared right now. I don't think there's anything like real world people hurting him or abusing him or telling him anything going on like that. No. Okay, let's address this. Down and out. Can't put my finger on it. Well, I had a day like that. Faith had a day like that. What was it? Was it Monday? Yeah. It was Monday. Monday was a bad, hard, thick, heavy, dense, energetic day. And sometimes we don't notice those things. But I've seen enough of it over the years to know that happens. And all of a sudden, all your feelings come to the surface. All of a sudden, you're having weird dreams. Dream about something that happened a long time ago. And I don't know why that happened. But first part of this week, the energies were intense. I don't know why haters pop into my chat because all the people in there, like, we know each other. I mean, most of them pretty well. I've talked to them about their problems, their family members, their kids, their dogs, their health, their everything. And you're going to come in to a room where a bunch of people love each other and start talking about them. There's really not much I have to do. You're going to get your ass kicked, and that's what's going to happen. So I don't even really worry about it very much because I got all my people in there, however small that following is. I know they're going to handle it. But I do need a moderator because it upsets everybody. It gets in the way. All right. Couple more. Jen, this is Paula. Do you see me moving out of this place I'm living in now? It's going to be about 4 months, and you're going to make a change. I'm going to pull out of there. Fresh change. And I feel like it's really good for you. Okay. I just really felt that swoosh, you know, that leaving that area, and it's just like fresh air. Okay, defer the student loans. You'll make some kind of agreement. Yes, in the meantime. There's something that you can do. Stepson Taylor and his girlfriend Alex are moving in together, even though the relationship has been turbulent. Will it work out, or will she leave him again? Now, see, this is something that's none of our business. And although moms and, you know, want to know everything, sometimes we don't get everything because it's none of our business. And I've had the angels to say, well, that's none of your business. I'm like, okay. And you feel like you did something wrong, you know. Let me take a quick look. Just see what we can get. This relationship will go on for a while, is what I heard. Trisha Ray. Somebody special in the future. Let's look. So about 3 weeks, you're going to get that correspondence back that you've been waiting on. Oh, and I see I moved too much. Hang on. There we go. I should just tell people that I have like this ability to like shine light out of my body, that like a superhero. That'd be really cool, just because my camera does that. See if they believe it. So we've got that correspondence, and then we've got a back and forth going on there of communication, and then decisions whether want to meet up or do that. And then let's see, what about any relationship of substance? Let's look at that. August into September, I really feel some new connections and a possibility for that budding. If you choose to do that, it lasts for many years. I'm not going to give you any names because I could give you the wrong name and then you go out with some jerk and it was the other one, and I'm not doing that. I could be wrong. All right, one more and then we got to get going. Why did I click on that? Do I have to see me at the redemption appointment in the next few days? A lot of choices at play right now. Very turbulent, crucial time that everybody makes the right choice to make this happen. But on his timeline, it might be a week as of this moment in time for you to be in there and at the appointment. So what is this guy saying now? Why is he still there? How many Skiffle accounts are there? I mean, is this not working? Oh, I know it's not working because I'm doing it on the streaming service. That's why it's not working. Never mind. Yes, I'll get some mods. Yeah, I would use you, Ron, but you're also, I don't want you to feel like you have to be there for every show because you already do the Real News Live shows. Okay, on Telegram, Mary's prayer group is Mary's prayer group. She prays for everybody every day. And then the people in the prayer group pray for you. So it's on, they've seen a lot of good results from that. So get on over to Telegram for Mary's prayer group. Let's see here. I am Fallawsophy on Telegram. You want to know how I came up with that name? I am not that clever. Well, I could be sometimes. Sometimes I'm clever. But my daughters are very clever. Hilarious. I've laughed their entire lifetime. I mean, just, they are hilarious. So I was in a car with Katie one day. And I don't know, she's like 16. She's 21 now. And she was telling me something. And I said, that's very clever. And she said, well, that's my philosophy. She's like, get it? Fallawsophy. And I'm like, I'm using that. That's awesome. You're so cute, smart. And so our last name, mine's hyphenated now that I'm remarried, but her last name is Fallaw. And she is a cutie pie. So go to jenniferfallaw.com. Take advantage of those offers because I'm going to take them down. You got today and you got all of tomorrow. So probably Saturday. Yes, that's when I will have time to do that. Saturday. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I'm trying to do these shows on Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday, I had to go deal with Face Car again. Oh my God. You pray for me and the children's cars. That's the first thing I'm going to do on the RV is buy everybody brand new cars so I don't have to keep fixing it with the young 20-something children's cars. Every time I get ahead, they're like, oh, and by the way, I need brakes and I need tires and the ball joint is going out. And now the gas gauge has gone down to 0 and I have no idea how much gas I have. And, and then this one needs needed a radiator and Katie's Jeep now, the hard top's leaking. And she goes, Mom, my entire car has 2 inches of ice all across the bottom of it. I need to use your car to get to work. I'm like, what? How the hell did that happen? I'm like, is this some kind of joke? Is this like a test of strength, Father? I mean, like, and I guess the seals, it's leaking water down into the car. And I'm like, we got to get that taken care of. I mean, it's going to get mold. It's going to be bad. So anyway, that's what's going on with the kids' cars. And that's why I wasn't here on Tuesday. But I will be here next Tuesday and next Thursday. Join me. The next time you can see me is on Real News Live on Rumble with Mike Barra, Monday morning, 10:05 Pacific, 1:05 Eastern. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Do not live in fear. Think a little bit. Choose before you think. Okay? So that's kind of hard. Dismiss every negative thought like you feel it coming in. Nope. No, not playing ball with bad guys. All right? Not today, bad guys. And then replace it with a positive thought. Practice that this weekend. Because if you're really praying for peace and you're praying for happiness and you're praying for comfort and everything, we have to stop destroying the health that's coming into us. We have to join in God and Jesus' efforts to create that in our lives and stop blocking it or destroying it. All right? Okay. Let's get back to you, friends. And thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time.